Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Hey, good Monday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresko. First full week of 2025 is here. Let's bring in 22 News from team meteorologist Brian Lapis with a look at current traffic and weather conditions. Brian.
Yeah, so far so good, right? Were schools off until today or no?
That's a great question. No.
Right, no.
The answer is no. They went back Thursday.
Kara Walsh, our resident parent of elementary school children, getting us right here in our ear, telling us what the story is. So anyway, this is really the reset day, right?
It is.
Yes. So things are good. This is why we watch the news at 4 o'clock for this kind of content, right? Anyhow, no problems here on I-91. Mass Pike is fine as well. 391, 291, you're A-OK. So the commute, kind of the pre-commute, is looking pretty good. It's brisk out there. Let's take a look. Temperatures are in the low to mid 20s. This is below average, but we're not talking about record frigid air, just a little bit colder than usual for early January. 25 Springfield, 26 Greenfield, 28 in Westfield. We're in the teens in some spots in the Berkshires, and we are narrowly missing some accumulating snow. If you can see here, just to our south, there has been a little bit of light snow over Connecticut, and farther south in the mid-Atlantic states, from the Midwest to the mid-Atlantic states, they've had substantial snow. We are on the northern clouds of that storm, so just basically some clouds for us. In fact, we clear out, dry out, and cool down even more here for the middle of the week. We'll track it with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
The Social Security Fairness Act has been signed into law. The legislation was passed on a bipartisan vote and will eliminate policies that restrict Social Security payouts for nearly 3 million Americans. The legislation expands benefits for Americans who were previously denied or had reduced Social Security checks because they or their spouses were entitled to public pensions. It clears the way for teachers, firefighters, policemen, and other public sector workers to receive increases in their Social Security benefits. Congress has certified President-elect Donald Trump's 2024 election victory. Vice President Kamala Harris oversaw the counting of electoral votes, which carried on without any problems. The process played out differently from 4 years ago when Trump supporters delayed the certification after storming the Capitol building. 147 Republicans voted to overturn the result and discount electors for President Joe Biden, even though Trump had failed to produce any evidence that the result was unlawful. And lawyers for now certified President-elect Donald Trump have asked a judge to halt this week's sentencing in his hush money case while they appeal his recent rulings upholding the verdict. Trump's lawyers said they plan to ask a state appeals court to reverse the judge's decision last week, which set the case for sentencing on Friday, a little over a week before Trump is sworn in for his second term in a pair of rulings in recent weeks. The judge rejected Trump's bid to throw out the verdict and dismissed the indictment on presidential immunity grounds and because of his impending return to the White House. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will resign as Liberal Party leader, ending nearly a decade in power. Trudeau will stay on as Prime Minister until a new leader is chosen. He has become deeply unpopular over a range of issues, including the soaring cost of food and housing. Pressure for him to step down has been growing after the resignation of his finance minister on December 16th. Now, polls show the party will lose badly to the opposing Conservative Party in an election that must be held by late October. Back now with meteorologist Brian Lapis. There were a little bit of flurries in Hampden County today. Another cold one, though.
Yeah, and getting colder here. So we've got this storm to our south that's going to pull away tonight, and in its wake, it's going to be dragging some colder air from the north and northwest. We're going to feel it in the actual air temperature, and we're also going to feel it in terms of wind. Clouds and radar showing those flurries that Nick was just mentioning. Yeah, a few of them. As this storm system well to our south, we're kind of on the northern fringes here with clouds and maybe a snowflake or two. Otherwise, we're dry right through the end of the work week at the very least. Our 22 News Storm Team Skycast, 5 o'clock here this afternoon. We've got some clouds in place. Notice some clearing. I'm calling it variable clouds or partial clearing here for overnight tonight. I expect the wind will pick up late evening, at least a noticeable breeze. And then tomorrow we start with temperatures in the teens here tomorrow morning. This is 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. You can see mostly clear skies, a mixture of sunshine and clouds. What you're not seeing here, though, is the brisk wind at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. That will be dragging in that colder air. So high temperatures tomorrow will be in the 20s. The wind will make it feel like it's in the single digits and teens. This is not the coldest air that we've ever seen here in the Pioneer Valley, but you'll notice it, so prepare for it. We'll update you on weather for the rest of the week and maybe even some snow over the weekend on 22 News at 5.
All eyes are on the New England Patriots after Gerard Mayer was fired following the win on Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. He ended his only season as head coach 4-13, identical to the Pats' record last year that led to the loss of Bill Belichick after 24 seasons with the team. Mayer was let go about an hour after the game. With this win, the Pats lost the #1 draft pick and have now been bumped down to #4.
In the end, I'm a fan of this team first, and now I have to go out and find a coach who can get us back to the playoffs and hopefully championships.
Mayo now becomes the first Patriots head coach since Rod Rust in 1990 to be fired after a single season. Kraft says he plans to interview as many people as possible before making a decision about the next head coach. Red Sox spring training tickets go on sale this week on Wednesday at 10 a.m. The Sox will be playing 17 games at JetBlue Park in Fort Myers, Florida, starting on February 21st against the Northeastern University Huskies. There will also be 3 themed and giveaway days. Those include Pickleball Day on February 26, Margaritaville Day on March 1st, and Boston Common Golf Day on March 2nd. Well, tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, the Springfield City Council is getting ready for this legislative session. We'll have what the priorities of the council are for 2025. Plus, a federal report found that family homelessness in Massachusetts rose nearly 75% over the last year. We'll look into those numbers. And the controversial ballot question 1 is taking effect today. What this means for the state auditor who has been trying to use her power to audit the legislature.
Traffic continues to look pretty good here as we get into the evening commute up and down I-91. No problems. The Berkshires to the Worcester Hills on the Mass Pike also running smoothly, and in town I-391 and I-291 no significant delays. We'll update you on the cooler air that's on the way in here for the middle of the week with the 22 News Storm Team forecast on 22 News at 5.
All right, Brian, thank you. And thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. Latest news and weather updates anytime on our website, wwlp.com, and the free 22 News mobile app.